Well, hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's doing good this evening. Hope you're having a good week, getting ready for the weekend. Um, but just thought I would jump on and do a live stream tonight and let everybody know what's been going on with me, what's going on with the channel, what's going on in the future. It's hadn't been on in a while, so but I guess start by filling you in on what's been going on with me. And the last live stream I did, I went over the whole situation with the tornado and traveling back and forth from here to Thailand and trying to get my, applying for a visa over there. And but I guess just to do a little quick recap on that. So for anybody that didn't know, uh, back in December, I had flown over to Thailand and with the intention to stay there for 3 or 4 months. I was going to apply for a long stay visa, uh, but unfortunately for me, uh, on the flight over, basically, I got the news that my house had got hit by a tornado of all things. So, talk about your crazy travel situations. Uh, so, I was right in the middle of a 16-hour flight from Houston to Taiwan, and I'm getting all these notifications on my phone that you know there's a tornado that came through the neighborhood, and my neighbors they went and took pictures of my house and sent that to me, and had some I didn't luckily my house didn't get demolished, but I had a fair amount of damage. I mean, I'm gonna have to get the roof replaced, and some of the siding got ripped off, and fence my fence got destroyed, garage door, some windows got broke. So quite a bit of damage. uh, I had to finish flying to Thailand, and I get there, and of course, I can't really enjoy, you know, myself because I'm just worried about what's going on with my house, and thinking about what all I'm going to have to go through with that. Uh, so I stayed, a little bit past New Year's. I celebrated New Year's over there, and it was January is my birthday and my girlfriend's birthday. So I stayed long enough for us to celebrate our birthdays together. And then I flew back. And as soon as I got home, of course, I had to contact the insurance company and start the whole claim process. And I don't know how many of you have had to go through that, but if you haven't, if you're a homeowner and you haven't been through that process, well, I'm very happy for you. And I hope you don't have to file a claim. I really do, because I had never had to file a homeowner's insurance claim before. And let me tell you, it's not, you see all these wonderful commercials about how if something happens to your house, the adjuster's going to be out that evening and they're going to hand you a check that evening. Certainly wasn't my experience. I'll tell you that. I won't mention the name of the company, but let's just say that they have a representative uh, that goes by the name of Flo. I'll just leave it at that. I'll let you all speculate on that. But so yeah, I would encourage everybody to pull out your homeowner's insurance policy in case if you haven't really paid attention to it before, and just give it a once over, and also pay close attention to what your deductible is going to be. Luckily, I mean, mine was like $6,000, but I know a lot of people. There's some people that had like 10,000 or more, And I mean, that's pretty rough, depending on the amount of damage you have, you know. But anyway, regardless of that, let's just suffice it to say it was a rough experience uh, dealing with that. They were very slow to respond. They weren't very helpful. Uh, they sent a adjuster out after, you know, took 2 weeks to get an adjuster out, and unfortunately the adjuster they sent out, he did a terrible job. Um, and they gave me a low ball offer, you know, and so it was not going to be enough to get all the repairs done. So, you know, I had to get with my contractor, and they had to type up a real extensive report to file a supplemental claim to get some more money, and and that was going to be a lengthy process. So I decided to fly back to Thailand for a month and resume the original plans I had, and you know, so I tried to enjoy myself. And while I was back there, you know, we did a little traveling around. We went to one of the islands. We went to Koh Samet, stayed at a resort. It was really nice, right on the beach. We had like a little bungalow, and you know, we were just steps away from the beach, and it was really beautiful. Just, you know, like a tropical paradise. You know, just what you would think. And but you know, the you know, the hits don't stop coming, because as soon as I got over there, I immediately got sick with some type of flu, and pretty much the whole time I was there, up until like maybe 4 or 5 days before I flew back here, um, you know, I was sick. You know, so it was hard to really enjoy myself. But so, you know, I flew back just about a week ago, got back, and luckily the insurance company, you know, finally gave me the rest of the money. So now that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at in the process now, is getting with the contractor, and setting up, you know, time to start getting the repairs done. So it looks like within the next 2 or 3 weeks I'll have all the repairs done, and you know, thankfully, hopefully everything goes smooth with that. Um, and then next month, in April, is my daughter's wedding. So, uh, you know, I only have one child, and you know, so I'll be giving my daughter away at the wedding, and so I'm sure that's going to be kind of an emotional thing, you know, to experience. But looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a really awesome event. And then after that, my plan is to go back to Thailand, and hopefully this time I can, you know, apply for the long stay visa. And, you know, ultimately my plan is to move back over there. So, but, you know, we'll check in on the chat, and we got Evolving with Etta. Well, welcome in. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're having a good evening. I hope your week's been going well. I hope you got something fun lined up for the weekend. Great setup. Yeah, that's some pictures from Thailand, Pattaya Beach. That's basically where I spend most of my time over there, where I have been spending most of my time. It's really beautiful. And let's see. Oh, currently watching White Lotus. Is Thailand really super thick and green and real? Well, actually, some parts of it. Actually, the part of Thailand where my girlfriend comes from is kind of up in the northern Thailand part of Thailand, close to the border with Laos, and it's pretty lush, pretty thick out there. Lot of rice paddies, a lot of mountains. It's like just a real rural country setting out there. And at nighttime, it's just, you know, they kind of roll up the sidewalks, and it gets really dark out there. So, but it's pretty nice. Looks like a jungle. I want to visit Phuket, but geez, what you're saying, you got sick. That's a fear. Yeah, well, the way I look at it, you can just as easily get sick back here. Um, it's just one of those things. I think it's just probably the time, because they're kind of going through their seasonal change too. So you're getting a mixture of cold evenings and hot during the day. So I think that's probably what happened. But luckily I got over it. I feel good now, and looking forward to getting back there. And congratulations. Well, thank you. Um, so yeah, uh, getting back to the as far as what's been going on with me, that's pretty much it. I'm just in the process of finishing up, getting my house, put back the way it was, and then I've got my daughter's wedding, and then back to Thailand. So we'll see. Hopefully, once I go back this time, I can resume the original plan that I had. Uh, is the temperature the same year round? Well, not necessarily. They do have. I mean, it's certainly not like here where they get freezing temperatures, or at least not down in the patio area where I've been staying. They get a rainy season, and so they'll get like a rainy season, and it'll rain like practically every day, but it'll still be warm. And then they'll do get like a period like right now they're just coming out of it, but you'll have that situation where it's probably drops down in like the 60s during the evenings, and then back in the 70s and 80s during the day. Uh, but it's funny for like the Thai people, even though it's in the 60s, like for me, I was walking around shorts, t-shirt, no problem, but you'll see them bundled up in heavy jackets, sweatsuits, and everything. So it's kind of interesting and they'll all be running around like, oh, it's so cold. Uh, do you have citizenship there? No, I do not. Uh, I only, I have my U.S. citizenship, but they, my, you can apply for a long stay visa. They have like a retirement visa, and it's basically you just there's some income requirements that you have to prove. You have to open up a bank account over there. You have to have a residence over there, and then if you get the visa, you can stay for a year. They give it to you like a year at a time. So like every year you have to reapply, and but it's it can be confusing, but they do have people over there. They have agents over there that you can hire, and they'll help you get through all of that. And we've got Embarkation Nation in the house. Well, welcome in, welcome in. Hi, hey, hope you're doing well. Well, I am doing well, doing much better. Uh, the house is getting fixed. Thank God. Uh, that's been the big worry on my mind, is just trying to repair my house after the tornado, and fight with the insurance company to get the money for that. And like I said, if you've never had to file a homeowner's insurance claim before, I highly recommend you get a hold of your policy, look it over, check out your deductibles, all of that, because man, it's been a nightmare. I'll just say that. And we got Adventures with Uncle Dave in the house. Welcome in, welcome in. Hey Mike, great to finally see you again. Yeah, it's I haven't been on the YouTubes in a while. Haven't made too many appearances, but I figured why not jump on and give an update, and let everybody know what's been going on. And along those lines, just in case anybody's wondering, I did activate the memberships for the channel. So like right now, there's just one level, and certainly nobody has to buy a membership or anything, but it's just something that I offer. That's something new for the channel, and there's some little perks. You get the emojis, and you'll get some shout outs and everything. But that's something new. Let's see here. So glad all is coming back to normal. Terribly had to go through that. Well, it is. It was terrible, but you know, uh, once I talked to some folks that had been through it and got some advice, and I got a hold of some good contractors, ones that aren't crooks, because there are a lot of shady contractors running around too. That definitely stuff like this happens, and they try to take advantage of you. And the first guy that I had, I kind of feel like that's what was going on with him, because he really wasn't doing anything for me. Uh, but it's just life. It's just life. You just never know. That's from one day to the next. Yes, insurance is such a pain and stressful. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. And then, of course, we got Uncle Dave saying to Embarkation Nation, haven't I seen you somewhere? Uh, so, yeah. And then in other news, uh, I've been thinking about, since I'm going to be home for a little while, I've been thinking about booking a cruise. They actually are out of Galveston uh, on the Carnival Breeze. So that's I think that's the only Carnival ship I hadn't been on out of Galveston. So I might do a quick little 4-day cruise and go down to Cozumel and back. But I was looking on the Carnival website today, checking out my offers and things like that. So just stand by for that. You may or not see. I know in the past I said I wasn't going to do any more cruise vlogs, but you might see some for the Carnival Breeze. Uh, yeah, so true. Like car repair, yeah, car repair, car mechanics, definitely some shady ones. Uh, Uncle Dave says the shady contractors get bad here in South Louisiana after the hurricanes as well. Yep, it's crazy, and a lot of them aren't. You got some people that don't really know what they're doing, but they don't. They take advantage of the fact that the homeowners. There's a lot of homeowners, and I'm one, and that includes me. I'm no different. I don't have a construction background, so I don't really know what things cost. So it's scary. Here the breeze is pretty nice. Yeah, I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube, and it looks pretty similar to the Vista. Looks almost like a cross between the Vista and the Dream. The way it's laid out. But I'll know in the next day or two. I was looking at it today, so I'll make up my mind here in the next couple of days, and we'll go from there. But so for the next thing I was going to talk about is I was going to respond to some viewer comments that I got, and from time to time, people, anybody that's got a YouTube channel and puts videos up, you're going to get some comments here and there, some questions, a lot of mostly questions, and most of the comments I get are pretty positive. Some people are just asking about information. Um, but you do get some that are kind of trollish in nature. But we'll address some of those. And Uncle Dave says Breeze is a dream class ship. I believe it could probably is. It probably is. It looks similar. It looks, it's kind of like a newer version of that class, but without further ado, we will jump into some of these comments and talk about it. Let's see if I can pull this up. Let's see here. Okay, so the first comment we got is from 62 Play 4. And this was a video that I did, and it was about Carnival casino offers. And, I was just basically giving some tips and all that, because, let's face it, there's some people that don't know. I get questions all the time because people will find out that I use casino deals. They want to know how I did it, so I made a video about it. And so 62 Play 4 gave a little comment, and he says, well, he or she, I don't know, but still waiting for the secrets revealed. You said nothing that I knew up front. And of course, I responded and said, it's not that serious. It's just a YouTube video. Thanks for watching. And, it's always interesting, some of the comments you do get. And of course, I guess what they're referring to was in the title or on the thumbnail, I put something about secrets revealed, so I guess it's just kind of a snarky little comment, but you make videos and anybody, like I said, anybody's got a YouTube channel and puts out videos, there's a little science to it. You got to come up with a catchy title. You got to come up with a catchy thumbnail, and obviously it's got to be a halfway interesting topic, and then you got to try to make it entertaining. And so that's what it was. And certainly I would never profess to know all the secrets, everything. I guarantee you there's way more Carnival cruisers out there that do casino deals that knows way more than I do. So I don't profess to be an expert in anything. I simply share my experiences, and that's kind of the whole point of the channel is to pass along what little knowledge I might have. Maybe help somebody out and spare them from making some mistakes, or maybe help them, get some kind of perk or something. And so, that's why somebody like this, and granted, I did put secrets revealed, so I guess I kind of did that to myself. But I watch videos all the time that come in my feed about different things that I'm trying to learn about, and a lot of times there's most of the information I come across I've already know. But it's again, I can't. I'm putting it out there for the masses, and it's mainly aimed at people that don't know. And so that 62 Play 4. If you ever watch this, probably won't, but that's okay. But that's the explanation on that. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate anybody that watches. So. But yeah, that's the whole thing. You make videos, you try to grab people's attention, you try to make it interesting, and because that's just the way the algorithm works. You have to play by the rules of YouTube. So moving on to the next one, and now this was a video I did, and it was just a fun little conversational topic that I came up because sometimes I'm not cruising all the time, so in between cruises, you still got to come up with topics for videos. So that the topic of the video was about cruise directors, and I was basically throwing it out there. Are cruise directors necessary? Are they important to you? Are they not important? Can you do without them? Take them or leave them? And I just basically gave my opinion. And for me, the cruise, I appreciate the hard work and everything that cruise directors do. I know it's got to be a tough job. I know I wouldn't be able to do it. But for me to have a good cruise, it really isn't dependent on a cruise director. But I do know a lot of people that are very loyal, to cruise directors. I know some people, they book their cruises around whether or not a certain cruise director is going to be on that ship. But Don Martin 986 chimed in and said, terrible subject. Obviously a needed position on any ship. What is your point here? And, you know, so I responded, obviously, you only read the thumbnail. God forbid people discuss different topics. And that's the thing, you know, it's, if we can't even discuss cruise directors on a cruise related channel, YouTube channel, then what are we doing? You know, again, it's not that serious. It's, you know, if it's, I mean, certainly feel free to leave the comments. I'm not saying don't leave a comment, but, you know, to say that, you know, terrible subject. I mean, I guess for you it is, but, you know, it's one of those that gets discussed, and I felt like it was worth, you know, and then basically it was just kind of a kind of see how people felt kind of thing. Nothing too serious. And related to the that same video, we had K Vocal. Who needs this topic? This is a stretch. Do better. So, you know, it's all, like I said, it's always interesting when I get one of these. Who needs any topic? Oh, gee, I guess I could have done a room tour, ship tour, cruise review, or anything else that people have done a million times. Or maybe start your own channel and show me how to do better. And then, of course, K Vocal came back at me at VentureCast. In that case, why breathe? After all, the soil needs the minerals contained in your body. You're only taking up space. So that is kind of a passive aggressive way of telling me to drop dead, basically, which not nice, not nice, not nice. It's because some people contribute value to existence and others do not. Certain topics actually provide value, other topics do not. In my humble opinion, this one does not. Well, again, you know, everybody's got an opinion. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, and you know, it's not a serious topic. I wasn't, you know, in the video, I didn't say, well, you know, I think they need to get rid of all cruise directors, or cruise directors are horrible. You know, I never said that. I give them the credit. I've seen the job that cruise directors, especially on Carnival, they're out and about, they're dancing, they're playing games. I mean, they're moving around all day long, all and late into the night. So, but yeah, you know, to be that offended by the video that you would suggest that maybe I should just drop dead. I mean, wow. Perhaps, well, I won't, you know, I won't go too far with it, but again, hey, get your own channel, you know, show us all the topics that we should be discussing. And Evolving with Etta says, and leave cruise lines to follow cruise directors. I took a cruise once to cruise with a great cruise director. I've been on that ship already, but he was, well, and that was my point. That was really the point I was getting at, is that I know there are some people that they will not cruise. Like if they find out, because I've seen people that had cruises booked on a certain ship with a certain cruise director, and then they find out that cruise director went home on vacation or transferred to a different ship or something, and they actually canceled the cruise. So, and that's perfectly fine. You know, everybody should cruise how they want to cruise. I'm certainly not going to preach and tell people, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that, or this is how I feel, and you should feel that way too. But, you know, I thought it was just an interesting topic, worthy of discussion. And the last one we got here from B. Griffiths 1840. This had to do with a video I did a while back about tipping on cruises, and because that's always a topic that I see talked about, and I know some people remove the gratuities. Some people just absolutely won't tip because they feel like the cruise lines, should be paying better wages, and then other people think that you should tip. So that was basically what the whole uh, video was about, and I basically gave, you know, what I didn't tell people, hey, this is what you should do. I just gave examples of what I do, and so B. Griffiths 1840 says, imagine paying the daily auto gratuity plus the common 18-ish% gratuity included on specialty dining purchases, then giving 20% on top of that. You're getting close to 50% gratuity for someone to lay a plate of food on a table. That's nuts, even by American standards. You really don't need to pay 18% 3 different times for one service. It's a nice gesture to throw someone a couple of bucks, but there's no need to go overboard when you're already having gratuities added multiple times. And then, of course, I replied, that's a good point, and you're right. I usually save my $1 bills up before the cruise and then use them to tip the drink servers just so I make sure I get a drink in the casino when it's really busy. Thanks for watching. And I don't know this person's background. I don't know if they're American, if they're European, or from some other part of the world. But I do know that when it comes to certain, people from certain countries, particularly like England and Australia, they just don't feel like they should tip, and I've had this discussion, and it always seems to come down to, well, the cruise lines need to pay a better wage, and why should I tip? Why should it be my responsibility to give this person a tip when it should be the cruise line's responsibility to pay them more money? And that's certainly worth discussing. I'm not, that's certainly a topic. That's like a topic all on its own. But in the meantime, they're being paid what they're being paid, and so the way I look at it is, yes, I'm prepaying my gratuities before I get on board. But there's certain crew members that I'm going to interact with more. They're going to provide more services to me, like the cabin steward, the servers for dinner, the drink servers at the bar, the casino, and it I don't go overboard with it. I'm not like tipping people $20 bills or $10 bills or anything. Like I say, I save up my $1 bills before the cruise, and when I go, if I'm having a drink in the casino, I'll throw them a couple of bucks because it gets busy in the casino sometimes. Some of these venues, and they're hustling, especially if they're outside in the heat, and it's like I said, I just feel like it's worth rewarding them a little bit, and basically showing my appreciation. Hey, thanks for bringing me my drinks, because we've all been to places where you're waiting, you order a drink, you get that first one, and then it might be a half hour or an hour or maybe longer before you see that drink server again. So, and I understand the sentiment that, well, the cruise lines, they should pay more, but in the meantime, why not reward these people, show them some appreciation. If the cruise line's not going to do it, well, Why don't you do it? I'm not saying everybody should. I'm just I just my own personal opinion is I like to do it. I don't mind doing it. Uh, but yeah, that's my only thought there. I mean, it's a good point. You are prepaying gratuities, and then in some if you're doing a specialty dining, sometimes they'll tack on an additional gratuity. Uh, so it's up to each person to make that decision. If you prepaid your gratuities, and you know you certainly don't aren't obligated to pay anything else. Uh, it's just one of those things that everybody has to do what they're comfortable doing. But that was the uh, final comment that I had to respond to. Uh, been saving those up for a little while. I just thought it'd be interesting to chime in and respond to some of those. But that is that. Like I said, in the future, my future plans is, I'm possibly gonna book a cruise on the breeze. You know, haven't It's been a while since I've been on a cruise, so it's been kind of missing it. That's one of the things. Uh, I think I was getting a little burned out on cruising there for a while, uh, and it was nice to go to Thailand and spend some time on shore and you know uh, you know learning this, seeing different sites on the spending extended amounts of time on shore, and because that's one thing about cruising. It's always nice. I enjoy it, but the only downside is some of the ports are really nice, and I always wanted to spend more time in them, but you only get 6 hours, 8 hours if you're lucky, and so it's been nice to actually spend extended amounts of time and getting out, learning about the culture, interacting with the locals. But I have kind of been thinking here lately that I wouldn't mind going on another cruise. Get experience that. And some folks just want attention. Well, that is true. That is true. I think that's some of what happens with the comment section is you have certain folks that will drop certain comments, trolling, trying to get a response out of you. Most of the time, even if it's a negative comment, I'll just say, well, thanks for watching, because at the end of the day, even if it's a hate watch, if somebody's hate watching you, it still counts in your watch hours and your views. So, but I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Uh, I appreciate everybody that stopped in and watched, and if you're watching the replay, I appreciate that too. And like I say, I appreciate anybody that watches, likes, subscribes, shares, comments. If you like this kind of content, even though I haven't been putting out too much, feel free to hit the thumbs up button on the way out. Uh, Feel free to subscribe. I appreciate that. It's 100% free. Um, and if you want to take advantage of the new membership feature that I just started up, support the channel that way, uh, feel free to do it. Certainly not required. It's not necessary, but that's up to anybody that watches. If you want to show your support, that'd be greatly appreciated. And hope everybody has a great weekend coming up. I don't. Hopefully, everybody has some good weather. Um, I think we're supposed to have a lot of warm weather, so that's be a welcome change. Stay safe. Yes, everybody stay safe. Don't drink and drive. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. But with that, I'll go ahead and wrap it up, and I will see you guys on the next video. Take care.